Hi, this is Steve. Welcome back to Scale Model Kit Review. In this video I continue to build the Eaglemoss Back to the Future DeLorean. I am on issue 42. Let's get started. Welcome back. Let's look at the magazine and the instructions for issue 42. And if you haven't done so already, head over to Eaglemoss to subscribe to this iconic car. It's fantastic. I'm having a blast building it. So it looks like we start off with a listing of all the parts here on the right. And this time we received the time display, LED board, and other details, plus some of the screws. So we'll move forward here and step by step on installing the center console components, and looks to be a lot of fun here so far. We have 10 steps on the first 2 pages, and then we have a few more steps all the way up to step 17, so this gets quite involved here, but doesn't look too bad. And our first article in the magazine is the Back to the Future Production Diary. And as filming continues on Back to the Future Part 2, there was a return of a certain enchanted high school dance. So they get into that article there. And then the last article is Charles Fleischer, Terry, Back to the Future Part 2, and how the voice of Roger Rabbit became a citizen of Hill Valley. And then they give us a preview of our next pack that we receive in the mail, because this is the last issue for this pack, but a preview of the time controls on issue 43 that is coming up in the next pack. So let me get the parts out and I'll be right back. Here's the parts for issue 42. A lot of parts in here, a lot of small pieces, and I will go ahead and take these out and we'll get a closer look. I'll be right back. Here's a close-up of the parts. We have the time display box itself. We have the stereo. We have the time display itself. We have the heat sink. We have the keypad. We have the LED board and wire. We have a straight wire. It's a red wire. We have a compass. And we have 2 control knobs. We have BP and AP screws. The time display is really cool, as it is clear and you can see how it lights up from the back. Very cool. Now the first thing we do is we assemble the radio with the heat sink. First thing they want us to do, they want us to run this little thin red wire through the heat sink from the back side here. There's one. And there's the other. We'll pull these through so they're even with each other. And then pull them together just like that. Now the heat sink goes down on top of here. There's a large hole and a small hole, so we want to line up the large and small, and simply goes like that. So the heat sink goes down on top of the radio, and we are going to use an AP screw. AP screw goes in right there. And that is tight. And there's our wires and our heat sink on top of the radio. Next they want us to put the knobs in on the radio, and they look to be the same. Doesn't matter which one you do, so we'll just insert those in. They just snap in real tight. I'm just going to press down, get them both snapped in, and they are in. That's how that looks. Next, our radio goes down on top of this panel here, and they just line up with the two tabs on top, just like that. And we are going to put in 2 AP screws. One. And these are the holes that are flush on the bottom of this. It's where these 2 screws go into. And that's good there. Next we put our compass in place. It's key to only go in one way. There is a round part that sticks out on one side. That is the back side. Goes in just like that. And once again we put an AP screw into that. Just like that. Trying to hold it in place as I screw it in. And that is tight. Looks good. Next we assemble our little LEDs onto our panel, and we want to pass the tab through the hole on our LED panel, just like that. Next we put our LED panel for our lighting, and you can see with the LED panel the wires run off the side here and they kind of get in the way. So what I've done is I've taken my Dremel tool and I grinded off some material here on the side so it will better fit, and I'll put it in there just to show you what I mean. And you can see how that looks, like that. And then I can simply insert this where it needs to go. And it just fits a lot better that way. And then I will screw it in with an AP screw. And that just fits a lot better in there. And it looks a lot better. Now I install the keypad on the bottom plate for that panel. And the keypad is simply going to line up small tab, small hole, just like that. And that will get an AP screw to hold it in place. Just like that. And then this mounts on the bottom of this. Make sure my wires run through the middle here because there's a cutout for that. BP screws go into this. And one more. And there you have it. Looks really good. Next we get our center console, and they want us to feed our cabling through this hole right here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to feed this through. And our console looks like it's going to mount up on here next. Just like that. And we're going to put some screws into it. And looks like 2 BP screws go into this. One. And 2. There we go. Looking good. And that's all we do for issue 42. That was a blast. That was a lot of fun. The details are really coming about on the interior with this. I really love this part, and I find it the engineering of this to be outstanding. So if you haven't done so already and you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Also hit the bell for all notifications. Head over to Eaglemoss and subscribe to this car today. It's fantastic. Happy modeling, everybody, and take care.